TV.
Hi everybody, I am here this morning with Clean Money. I am going to be talking about youth this morning, about how we coach the young people in order to help them find their space, in order to help them move along on their journey, and so on and so forth. And a lot of time when I'm dealing with youth, I have had parents, when you're coaching youth, behind them, they are parents. I have heard the parents say, this is an age full of tantrums. In some parts of the world, the fact that you have a teenager in your home is a good enough reason to appear sickly, because the sheer energy that they require from the parents in terms of bringing them up, since now they are at an age where they can make decisions, that is the most difficult thing. A common case scenario is where I have seen young adults, we call them young adults. These are the people who are in college. And when they come for coaching, in the beginning it is they are dropping out of school. It is also they are not talking to the parents. It is about they are experimenting with the stimulants. They are doing everything that gives their parents nightmares, sleepless nights. In the situation where I am and I deal with the youth on a day-to-day basis, the pattern has been this child who has come and is saying, Dr. Emma, I have come because I really feel I can't even live anymore. That's just a statement, but it's a heavily loaded statement. So you know, or I know, it is the outcome of things that have happened into the life of this child. But as you follow through, it follows like, yeah, I'm in college, I want to drop out because this degree I'm doing, it's actually my parents who selected it for me. Moving further, you hear, I really wanted to be this, but now I'm in college, so why are you dropping out? And of course you listen quite a bit to get to the bottom line of a little bit of a journey. In the primary school, how was it going? It was very fine. I was getting A's. In high school, I was getting A's, sometimes B's, and I'm talking of the very high-end students. So now in college, why would you want to do this? And if you do it, what is your next plan? Number one, there is no next plan. Number two, they are only dropping out because they are bored. When you hear the word bored, you know there is a mismatch between the academic line they are following from what their heart is really yearning for. So, in order for us to help them, what do? We have to focus on increasing their effectiveness to some level. So we focus on how do I increase the effectiveness of this person so that they can find their space. And you take them through a journey of self-awareness, but it can't just be self-awareness which is rhetorical. It's got to be skill-based. So we do take them through a skill-based exercise. It's knowledge, it is an exercise, and then you have to follow them through so that they can finally find themselves. Once they find themselves, what I have seen with young people, once they realize who they are, they jump. If I'm coaching them as a group, they jump. It's like, yeah, I have found myself. And I didn't know that this was me. And for young people, you allow them to deep dive into that joy because they are now in a point where you can start the next journey of what are you going to do. And at this moment, what I have heard from young people a lot after taking them through the coaching program that we do is Now I know who I am. So the things that have brought me down, people telling me, I will no longer be brought down by those things. And at that point, you know that child is going to continue on with their life. We help them on the journey of understanding their friends because they are so attached to their friends. And like I said, we still have to allow them to understand themselves first and then allow them to understand their friends, because we cannot tell them this particular friend of yours will lead you in a wrong way. No, that cannot come out from me as a coach. It is the knowledge that I give them that allows them to analyze every one of their friends, and they are the ones who come back to say, I found I couldn't continue with this person because of A, B, C, D. And I think that is the most important point for a young person to reach, because then they are saying, I know I can lead myself. I can differentiate between a person who is going to take me to the wrong way. I can follow through and I can at least start my life. In allowing these people to tear apart their own character is an amazing journey, and leading them to say, yes, I understand. And from this point on, we move to the analytical session of logical sequencing of events. That is, you look at the events that have happened in the life of that person, because now they are open, now they can hear, now they can understand. Then, moving into the future, what does the future hold for me? And it's always amazing. The results of this is we see a very high self-esteem from the individual. But the most important point is when the parent says, yes, there has been a change in my child. Yes, we no longer follow Kim because he can do what he needs to do all by himself. Yes, we are shocked that Kim did this and this. And I'll give you an example. I had a student one time who was brought to me, to us, and within a span of 3 months, when they came initially, you are looking at a child who has tattoos from here all the way in the whole body. You are looking at a child whose hair is so long, so heavy, so it is tied in a red hat, okay? And of course, you are saying where we are now, we do have rules. There is, and the pants they are wearing, of course, fashionable or not fashionable, they are torn all over. That is the person you are looking at. And at the end of a long journey of about 3-4 months, not individually, but in a group setup, where there is even a course they are supposed to take, then one time over the weekend, this individual comes and the hair is cut. You've never mentioned, go cut your hair. So it is important to offer for us intrinsic knowledge that can affect that child from the inside. Instead of hearing, don't do this, you allow them to use that knowledge to take the right decision. And this student, because it was a student, eventually, after 1 year of a very strenuous course in technology, they did come to seek consultation privately. What substance can I use to remove my tattoo? You know, when you reach that point, you are seeing the impact of the work that has been done through the coaching, through the talks, through the practicals, and everything else that follows. So at this point, I would say, in helping our young people, in coaching our young people, my experience is one, it's important to give them knowledge, not talk. Knowledge that has an impact. Knowledge that allows them to soul search themselves. Knowledge that helps them to transform their thinking, and then they are able to make decisions, they are able to move forward. In closing here, I would say that the whole world is at this point where young people are really challenged. So we do have work to do. But I have found that using knowledge that is research-based, because it has been studied, it has been proven, it has worked in the world over places, it always helps, because you can always go back and read and see and double check and validate. It's very important for us as coaches to validate information as we are sharing it with our people. You can seek for more information on my website at emmatheory.com. And with that, I say thank you very much for your time.